What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Thai Live channel. I'm Min Thai, and in this Thai pod today, I want to share with you 5 different ways nail technician can operate and make money. I'm sure you have seen nail technician work in the salon, booth rental, at home, mobile, and even become salon owner. I'm going to break down the pros and the cons for each those 5 operations, so that you can have a clear answer, clear path on whether or not which is the best operation for you as a nail technician. But before we start the show, you know how we like to get down. Relax that thought because the weekend's over. It's time to stay laser focused. Let's go ahead and calm down, y'all, before y'all break your back. I know some of you guys out there starting out new, or even if y'all working for somebody, y'all have dreams. Y'all have dreams that y'all want to be an independent nail tech, a salon owner, working from home. But these changes are uncertainties because that's what changes. You don't know the outcome. These changes are hard for some nail technicians. But today we are going to clear those uncertainties. As you all know, before we start talking about the 5 topics, you just got to understand as a nail technician, these 5 topics only matters if you have clienteles, customers, volumes, money coming in. That's what these different operation offers. So, let's start out by working for somebody, because that is the number one thing people do, is they work for somebody. When you get your license, you're new, you're working for somebody. So the best part about working for somebody is that they will bring you in the client. You go to a salon, and then you look good, you're on your station, the clients come, they hand it to you. You built your experience. You built the opportunity of getting more client. Now, as you are working in the salon, you're going to build this state of mind where you're going to want to do more. You want to own salon because you look at the owner. You see the owner operate so easily. They just kind of sit around. They kind of pinpoint who's doing what, but that's all you see. You don't know the deep down inside. We're going to talk about that later. So, you know, as a nail technician, you work for somebody and you do the math in your head. You're like, man, each service that I make, I only get 60% out of 100%. So the owner keeps 40%. So if I do a service for $100, I keep $60. And in your head, you're thinking like, man, if I have my own booth rental or I work from home, I will get to keep 100%. And that is the process that you go through as a nail technician working for somebody. In the beginning, when you're new, you don't think like that. You don't have any clients to be thinking like, but when you start seeing a lot of clients asking for you, your skills gotten better, you start thinking like that. And that's when now you go into like looking, hey, maybe a lot of time nail tech would just jump into owning a salon. Because they figure like, dude, if I get a lot of employee working for me, I'll make a lot of money, okay? But we're not going to talk about that until later. So once they make a lot of clientele, a lot of money in the salon that they work at, they start thinking like, oh, maybe I can do booth rental, owning a salon, or from home, or mobile, right? So those doors open. Do you see what I'm saying? You have to have clientele and you have to have a good skill set to know those doors can open. If you are starting out as a nail technician and you just go straight into working from home and working booth rental, you might not make it because you got to pay rent. You got to pay the overhead, like the supply. But if you don't have any client to use these products on, you're going to stay dry slowly. I mean, booth rental will dry you out slowly. As a salon owner, you don't have any client, don't have any skill, you're going to dry out very fast. But as a booth rent, you dry out very slowly. If you work from home, you just dry out a little bit more slower because there's no clientele. So that's why I want to talk about working at the nail salon, because everyone starts out working there, but they will find these door opening for them once they get better. Every and salon owner hates that salon, because that's why there's always a turnaround in employee, because once the staff gets better or they move on to a different salon, I mean, that's part of the business, y'all. Okay, so that is working for somebody. Now, once you build a good clientele, you want to say, you know what, I don't have money to become a salon owner yet. Let's go ahead and let's work from home. Now, working from home is great. You get to wake up and your salon is at your house, your studio's there, client knocking on your doors. And then after that, you just do nails, have fun. That is the perfect picture of working from home. Now, let's take that perfect picture away and let's talk about the worst can happen. Look, if you are working from home and you got little kids running around, screaming, crying, crawling on the wall, crawling on the ceiling, then I don't think working from home is going to be good for you, because that's going to drive your clients out unless they're your family. But we talking about regular clients here. No client is going to put up with you chasing your kids while you're doing your nails, their nails. And the worst part is that, you know, your house is going to smell like all the chemical. I don't care what ventilation you use. I know what the nail. Look, we work in a salon with a big old building, and the salon still smells strong with the chemical, let alone a room, right? So that is like the con. But again, the pro is great. Like, if you're able to have a system that works for you, you're single, you don't got no animals running around, I think working from home is amazing, okay? And then now you can work at a studio where you rent our booth. Okay, you can work doing that. Now, that is a little bit tough, because now you got to pay rent. And sometimes when you do booth rental, you got to like have enough client to support your rent. Like, rent can be $700, even $600, $500. I mean, it depends on where you are renting, but you got to have enough client to support that rent. I mean, that's doable. But you also have to buy your own supply, but you get to keep 100%. So everything that you do on your own, if you're not working for anyone, you don't have to split with anyone. But do you really keep 100%? Let's say you work from home, or you do booth rental. You can actually make $20, but you only take in at least $15, because the other $5 go to PG&E bill, electricity, all that. And here's also working from home, you have to use your own electricity stuff, right? So your electricity bill actually adds up more. And on top of that, do you really want people to know where you live? Like, imagine all this stranger coming through, and what if they want to cause problem? What if they don't like something that you did and you're not giving them money back? They can just go do all kind of stuff around your property. So that's the only bad part about working from home. I like the concept of renting out a booth rental. I think that's getting very popular, but at the same time, depends on where you rent. Like I said earlier, some places can cost a lot, but the best part is that whatever you pay as your rent, it provides PG&E. Some places have the internet for you, and you just really show up, do your thing, buy your own product. But a lot of time, that's what I do. Like, I just rent out a booth, and it's so much easier. And I know that concept, a lot of nail tech is going to lean towards that concept. But again, you have to have a lot of clients. And what is a lot? It just depends on what you want to make. You want to make $5,000 a month, then you got to have, you got to know exactly how many clients you got to make $5,000 a month. I mean, it just depends on the volume of the clients and how much effort you put in. That's just the way the nail industry works. Now, the con about working in a booth rental is that sometimes the person that owns the salon, they might end up selling the salon, and you have to end up moving because the new owner might have a different business concept or things that you might not like. So you might have to end up moving on. So that is the worst part about booth renting, because that happens to me. I was renting a salon and they end up selling it, and the new owner end up making that salon into like a open salon, so I can't do any booth rental. So stuff like that can happen, and it sucks because you have to call your clients and you have to tell them, hey, I'm moving. And the worst part is, like, sometimes the owner let you know such a small amount of time for you to even find a new location for your next client that's already booked with you. So that is the worst part. And with that being said, we also have mobile. Mobile is not that bad, but again, mobile is a lot of time you got to travel. Gas is getting expensive. How far are you going? So you charge them however the distance is, but it's a long way. It's a long drive. You got to carry a lot of stuff. But hey, whatever works better for each one of you guys individually, then that works. But now we are going to talk about owning a salon, because in the nail industry, people always just talking about, oh, I want to own a salon. Owning salon is great if you have a lot of employee. And I don't know what it is with the salon industry, but the turnaround is very high. A lot of time when you see a lot of worker in the salon, is majority is their family members. They call each other up, cousins, aunties, maybe grandma who still walks and can go out and do a couple pedicures, stuff like that. Okay, that's what makes money, is when because a lot of time when you open a salon, the clients will come in, but when you don't have a lot of staff to handle all the volume that's coming in, you're losing money, and you don't want to lose money. This nail industry, once the clients walks out, they can just go down another street and just there's another salon. So being a salon owner is great if you have a lot of staff, a lot of employees, but the responsibility comes with that too, because you're not really managing, you're not really doing nails anymore. You went from loving doing nails to babysitting whoever you're hiring, or following up with the insurance, workers' comp. Like, there's so many things that you have to worry about, that it takes away your creativity and your artist skill that you used to have. So that is the con of being a salon owner. But the pro is like, yeah, you can make money. You can really make as much money you want, because the sky's unlimited after you own a salon. You can expand it. So there's so many things you can do. So let's sum it up real quick. As a salon owner, you get to have a lot of doors open for you, hires a lot of staff, but it comes with a lot of responsibility. Booth rental, you only worry about yourself, your rent, and your product, but you don't have to worry about your staffing, and then you just take care of your own tax at the end. Working from home, it's the same thing as booth rental. The only thing is different. If you have cats, animals, kids running around, it's going to drive the clients crazy, and you don't want people to know where you live, because sometimes where you live is your private spot. You don't want no interruption. And at the end, you can do mobile. You can go to retirement place, travel. I mean, there's always good things and bad things. And of course, if you don't want to do none of that, you can always work for somebody, less stress. You don't have to worry about anything. You show up with a license, you work, you go home, stress level is free, and you still make money. So these are the 5 most common things that NAILTECH would operate under to make money. And I'm sharing you this so that you can really understand, because there's pros and cons to everything, but the rewarding is really differently, But at the end, my favorite as far as right now is I love the booth rental concept, because being a booth rental, I just worry about myself. I do appointments only. I leave as I want. I close as I want. I don't have to sit there, wait all day. I don't have to worry about workers' comp. I only worry about myself. I think the stress level is so much lighter, especially it gives you more room to wiggle, because if you own a salon, your life, your spirit, yourself is sold to the salon, unless you have a lot of money to hire management and all that. And working from home, I don't like people knowing where I live, because that's where my personal space is at. So I love the booth rental. The only thing I don't like about it is, if the salon somebody decides to sell the salon, I don't have a place. I can just move on to a different location, restart my decoration again. So that's just a hassle. But other than that, I love booth rental. But again, all of this you guys doing, you got to have a lot of clients. You are coming in, starting out with no clientele, wanting to work from home, booth rental, mobile, own a salon, it's almost impossible. Because at the end of the day, you got to have some kind of skill set and experience to really kick it to the next level. So I hope I clear the air for you. I hope this podcast will make you have a clear answer, which is the best operation direction for you as an individual nail tech, or what is best for your future. Other than that, thank you for listening, y'all. Before we end the show, you know how we like to get down. Whoa, that was some straight up facts and information. Thank you for listening, y'all. I'm so blessed to have y'all here. Thank you so much. Till next time.